Hello and welcome back to the garage. In today's video, we're going to be enjoying the day and playing around with a vintage motorcycle. So what we have here today is a 1974 Kawasaki 125 two-stroke. Now, I don't know much about this bike. I know that there's some pieces of it sitting in a box. We're going to try to get it running and see what happens. So I'll go ahead and bring you guys in because there's a few unique things on this motorcycle I think you guys might be interested in. To start out, I want to show you guys where the carburetor goes on this bike. It goes on the side of the engine instead of in this general area. The paint is not original on it at all, but for being several years old, I'd say it looks pretty good. And if that's the true amount of miles on it, that's even better. I doubt it. I don't even know if this seat's original. It looks pretty original. It's nice and squishy still. But it's been sitting in a little pole barn for a while now. And it's all dusty, so we might blow it off and clean it up a little bit. Front fender, well, it's not front fendering. But let's go ahead and bring it into the garage and see what parts we've got in that box. Oh, thread the needle. All right. Now that we're in the garage, out of the wind, in the shade, I'm going to go ahead and clean up this table over here and we'll set the bike on that. That way it's at eye level instead of bending over. Okay. Now that we've got this at eye level, we can probably take this bag off. Take this homemade chain guard off, and we'll need to split this section off because I'll show you what's in the box. The clutch has been taken out, nothing's happening here, and there's two gears split in half. So we'll see what those are, figure it out. In any case, I do know that it runs. At least, that's what I was told. We'll go ahead and air that on the side of who knows. But I think it'll be a lot nicer to work on at this level. All right, let's dig in. So we got a clutch. We got some broken stuff. Broken tooth. Oh, broken shaft. Oh boy, I wonder what that is. Got another exploded gear here. The plate for the carburetor. Our little baby clutch. I'll have to go through that and make sure nothing's been toasted. I don't think it matters. Got some more smaller parts. These are for that. And these look like... This looks broken, whatever's in this bag. Oh boy. Anywho. We do have the springs that these little guys that go in these holes here. Oh, hey, kickstarter. That's good. And then we got a brake, back brake lever, and some extra bolts and spider webs. So all in all, it looks like everything's here, just in various states of broken. Perfect. Yikes. I don't like seeing broken stuff like that, especially on stuff this old. It's looking a little... But I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll be fine. We're going to go ahead and take out the remaining bolts that are holding this in. I'd imagine it's not holding oil since all of the bolts but 2 of them are out. I don't know. We'll know when I refinish the table here with 1974 engine oil. So if you'll hand me a wrench, or not a wrench, a Phillips. All right. With how loose that was, I wouldn't imagine there's any oil in this. The other one's right here. All right, let's see what happens. What is the damage? Oh, water! Oh no! Let me get a towel. Well, that's not good. Come on. I know you can come out. Ooh, then we got milky. Wonderful. No rust though. Just goo. Okay. I'm gonna go get a towel again. Well, I'm not seeing the broken section. Oh. Something's supposed to... Ah, there it is. There's the broken thing. All right. So it would appear that maybe somebody tried to jump start this bike. Yeah, I think that might have been what happened. Let's see here. Can we get this off? Not appear so. But what I can see is that this guy goes behind this here. Does a few other things. Oh, I wonder what... I don't know what that is. It goes in that hole, but... Got some icky in there. All right, so the clutch goes here. This goes back here. I know that says a lot. Let me get you in closer. So right back in there is where this gear is supposed to go. So it would, you know, it goes in there. And that's what moves. When this moves, that thing moves, which then turns the gear. There's another broken gear somewhere. There's another broken gear that it moves. And then that's what moves this, which is your Ooh, it's not locked up. So that's good. Piston's good. But anyway, that's what turns over your engine. And the gear selector might be connected to this. I'm not sure. I don't have a book for this either, so we're kind of just playing with it by ear. But most of these motorcycles, I mean, there's not many ways to mess them up. Unless you do this. That's pretty messed up. So is this. That little shaft is supposed to be in there. But it kind of looks like you might be able to remove it. We just gotta take the other side off. So just kind of playing around for a little bit here. This little guy is our bearing that goes in here. And this all goes on there. And this is what I was talking about, how it links in. We'll need to take the clutch apart the rest of the way to really be able to see what's going on in here. I'd really like to know how to get some of this other stuff apart. There's a spring wrapped around that, which makes me wonder. Guys, see anything moving over there? So it kind of appears this is our gear selector. I really wonder what this is. But interesting. You know what? I wonder if this little guy right here let's go ahead and take apart that other side and look at what we got going on here, because this should connect to that sprocket on the other side. All right, come on. I don't really want to have to go get the right thing. Is there another? Well, for Pete's sake, I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. One final little silly one down here. Okay, so in here, I bet you, this might be a good thing, but it could be a bad thing. I bet you, here, I bet you that this little broken guy right here, that goes there, is what goes to the sprocket, which then turns this little idler, and then turns that. So if all we have to replace, and we'll just forget about this, is all we have to replace is that shaft there, so that, well, I guess we can't forget about that because we have to have that gear. Well, to have this busted gear or one like it, we could potentially turn it over, you know, either with the back wheel or some other means to at least just see if it runs. So we'll go ahead and play around. I've got another one of these bikes that we're going to pull in here. We won't put it up on a table like this, but we'll go ahead and pull it apart and see if there's anything we can use out of it. So I did a little bit of work off camera getting the chain off and kind of playing around with this little guy here, which is your sprocket, your front sprocket. And looking at the other side, the shaft that is busted is for this little guy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bend out this little washer here and remove this nut to get this sprocket off to see what we've got going on. Maybe we can remove the shaft without having to split the case, but I'm thinking we're gonna have to split the case. It's not something I really wanna do, but might just have to do it. But first, this is gonna be a little interesting. I might have to build something to lock this in with. Okay, we'll give this a try. Oops. It's working. It's got to get this other side to come apart now. We do have a space in there now, so we can probably right. Let's go ahead and get the Milwaukee and try to get that to pop off. Well, we're gonna have to find something else to wedge in there because it's just, you know, it's just the way she goes. So we'll go ahead and break the sprocket. Just kidding. Oh, whatever. Sprocket's pretty sharp. All right. Let's just, well, let's play around. Let's play. Worth a try. Okay, so I'm really hoping that there's not a silly snap ring inside the case, but I'm thinking that there might be. So done some deep diving into this bike here. This shaft here is definitely held in by a snap ring or something. Tried tapping it out both from this direction and the other direction, and we're gonna have to split the case. But right now, we ain't got that kind of time. We got a car show coming up that we're getting ready for. We're right in the middle of car show season, but this is the last one. So I guess we're not in the middle. We're at the end of car show season. But while I was looking around, I found something that was also a little concerning on this bike. See that ridge there? This little line at the tip of my thumb? That shouldn't be there. Something at some point got caught in this between the clutch and the case and had to have jammed something up, causing all of this to bust. But I feel like that this might have been from trying to jump start it, which is running down a hill, jumping on the back and dumping the clutch with it in gear to get this back tire to spin the motor over. That's probably what did this. But we're gonna have to put a pin in this, just like we did with the bug. It's just, this is patience, time and patience. Everything can be fixed. It's just, it takes a little bit of effort, and this one's gonna take a little bit of searching. So, if you guys know of any websites that I can find vintage motorcycle parts on, put it down in the comments. I'll post something on the community. And make sure you're going there to the community too, because I'm posting stuff on there as well. Behind the scenes, stuff like this, and then just general updates around here, especially on maybe upcoming videos. So, all's not lost. We're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer to have some fun with this. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me here today on this little adventure. It's always fun to share this. You never know what you're going to find when you start tearing into something, especially something that's sat this long that you don't know really much about. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, leave a comment, turn the notification bell on, you know, all that. If you're new here to the channel, go back and watch some of the other videos, because this is only our first motorcycle. We've got a bunch of other stuff on here. And yeah, that's about it for today. Thank you for watching.